Well, it all started when we boarded a bus at the Denali Park entrance and headed in for some exciting adventures. One of the most exciting things was the road. I would not drive a bus on that road. I don't think I'd ride a bicycle on it. Yeah, one of those. I still get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. But the animals were magnificent. We came out of the mountains and right into the middle of a quandary. Mama Bear was on one side of the raging river, and the two little bears were on the other, and they had exactly no desire to cross that raging current to get to Mom, no matter what she did.
Sort of.
We all really enjoyed watching Mama trying to coerce the cubs into coming across.
No dessert tonight if you don't get across. Uh-huh.
I think they won. Maybe she said they won.
Boy, you're in trouble now.
Two of them sitting there.
Is the water cold?
She trying to find a better place for him to cross? She might be, because it's a little narrower up ahead. Maybe she's trying to...
But it runs faster up there.
Ooh, Mom's kind of having trouble there.
Okay, smack it.
Sometimes she grabs somebody's stuff.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah, they've won this battle, sort of. Mm-hmm. You're losing your following, Mom. Okay. That's where we quit. Uh-huh.
You just aren't going to buy it.
She's just listening.
That's the Cubs talking.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we don't want to, Mom. We'll turn back over and try it one more time. Uh-oh. Mean business now. Pretty soon they're going to want to try to catch up to me.
Yeah, that would be true too.
Okay, here we go. You first. No, you. No!
Oh, and he's going down.
Woo! Wow. I got another one over here to go over there.
Neat. The Kantishna Roadhouse sits right on the banks of the Moose River, about 90 miles from where we entered the park. We bailed out of the bus and got our cabin assignments and looked around a bit. There were quite a lot of quiet, relaxing areas with wonderful views, so Darcy and I broke out the cribbage board.
4 Kings.
Holy cow. We should have been playing poker.
How much is 4 Kings? How much is that? 4 of something. When it's not a 15 thing.
Holy cow, that's a question. And the question still remains.
Dude.
We will figure that. What are 4 kings? How many pairs of 4?
Wow. 4, I'm wondering if it's like...
Oh, after playing cards for a while, we headed over to the crap table. The real crap table. It had everything from rabbit pellets to caribou poo and what a bear does in the woods. There was also a tube of crap stick. It's supposed to keep you from licking your lips. Pretty soon the guests were pairing up with staff members to go on guided hikes. Darcy and I decided to head out on our own.
Love a hike. Yeah, love a hike that starts out.
Now, Moose Creek is at the bottom of this canyon, and we know we can follow it back a couple of miles to the roadhouse. We head down to the stream. There's a lot of alder and willow and brushy clearing, so it wasn't surprising to run into a cow moose and her calf. If we saw nothing else, the hike was a success. Eventually, the brushy area turned into a forest. We can hear something and see a bit of movement, but can't tell what it is. But it sounds big, and that's no bull. Well, it is a bull. The first thing people say when they see a moose is, "Boy, they sure are big." Well, they sure are big. We got to the river and headed downstream. Now here's a tip for you. If you're ever hiking along a river and run into a grizzly bear, make sure he's on the other side. This bear never knew we were taking his picture. We can tell we're getting close to civilization and the roadhouse because the trail is getting better. Moose antler.
Wow. Just shed it right here in the woods, huh?
Well, we got to the roadhouse, but it's the wrong one. What are the odds of that? Nice to relax a bit with a good book, if we can just find an out-of-the-way place to read it. Just what the doctor ordered. A sun-warmed greenhouse full of beauty and no one else around.
Well, we've had a couple of relaxing nights at Kantishna Lodge, and now it's time to fly out of Denali with one of the bush pilots. But first, we'll stop by a site of interest we had been told about to take in a little history of the larger-than-life Alaskan woman known as Fanny Quigley. The cabin she lived in still stands as a monument to her respected life. Fanny had a colorful life and was known to all miners as quick on the trigger. According to all who knew her, she could wrestle a bear, outsmart a wolf, and outdrink and outcuss just about any man in the north. She also was said to have killed a moose and laid inside it so she could tough out sub-freezing temperatures on a winter trek that had gone awry. Whew, tough woman. We were able to look through her kitchen and cabin, a place where she set up her business to cook for the miners. Fanny had discovered in the 1890s that most sourdough miners had no time or inclination to cook and were quite willing to pay for a hot meal. She started her business then. Boy, just being in this humble little cabin of Fanny's, we got a real sense of the power of this woman, the amazing life that she had, and the effect that she had on those around her. Just an amazing, marvelous life. She lived in this cabin for over 40 years and continued baking her famous blueberry pies until she died in 1944. As amazed as we were with Fanny Quigley's life and story, oh my gosh, we had no idea of the power that lay ahead of us in our flight out.
Once in a lifetime amazing. You really can't look at that mountain the same way after you've been inside it.